Good morning, or good afternoon, or good any part of the day, dear tutor. My name is Saida, and today I'm going to present you my service marketing analysis on work and travel agency CAEP. Let me introduce you our menu for the evening. As a starter, today we have a little information about the company. From sales, today we offer CAEP model framework. The main dish is primary research. Please tell, how do you prefer? Rare, medium, or well done? As a side dish, we have two options, internal solutions and external. I guess you would like both of them. From desserts, we have benchmark test with fresh berries. And on the last page, you can find wine list. Enjoy your meal! CAEP, Center for American Exchange Programs, is the company which started its activity relatively recently in 2018, and the next year, in 2019, the agency registered its first 29 students for the Work and Travel program. The founder of the agency is Nazam Bahram Khudrayev, who is graduate of WILD. The main privilege of the agency is that this agency is one of the few who work face-to-face with students, and they can register both online and offline. The agency's main office is located in the center of Tashkent, not far from the Oybek metro station, which is also a plus because students are their target audience and most of them often take the subway. Today, the agency has more than 300 participants in the work and travel program. Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, said, "My father always told me that there were two groups, talkers and listeners. He said it was better to be in the second group, there was less competition." So today, my dear listener, you are in a better group and I am talker. Let me make talking very useful and informative. Now, useful information starts. The CAEP model of service quality is a framework professionals use to analyze customer satisfaction and identify areas for improvement. Also known as the 5 CAEPs model, this tool addresses some of the most common communication challenges that can cause a disconnection between customers' expectations of service and the service they actually receive. And this CAEP model consists of 4 CAEPs: listening, standards, performance, and communication. I've chosen the listening CAEP because I think that this is the most interesting one. The listening CAEP is the difference between customers' expectations of service and the company's understanding of those expectations. There are several reasons for the appearance of this CAEP in the companies. Some of them you can read here. Or no, stop. I will read it by myself because today I'm a talker. First, top managers do not interact directly with customers. Second, lack of upward communication. Third, inadequate marketing research orientation. Fourth, misunderstanding of customer expectations. Oh, I sound like Eminem. Communication, orientation, expectation. And the fifth, poor information exchange between all levels of management. And now is the most interesting part, primary research. After going to the main office of the CAEP agency, I conducted an interview with the director and 2 front row employees who work directly with customers. I asked them what they think the customer expects when contacting their company. The director and 2 employees said that the most important thing for the customer is to get a visa and a good job in the USA, and they don't need to know the small details because they are students and most often do not understand all the documentation stuff that they collect for them. According to them, if you notify students about every little thing and wait for the confirmation of further work, their work will slow down 2 or even 3 times. Also, when I asked them why some students complain that sometimes you reply to them in a telegram after 2 or 3 days, they said that during the work and travel season there is a complete blockage of work in the office and all employees are very busy collecting and preparing students' documents. Because of what to respond to these students, they have no time at all. Here is 2 chats with 2 students of CAEP. and they answered to a couple of questions to me about their expectations and visions of high-quality service. You can read these chats and voila, here the listening gap comes. But that's not all. After conducting a research on all social networks and CAEP company's website, the following problems were discovered due to which the company has a listening gap. First, on the Instagram page of CAEP, several cases have been identified of clients advising or asking something and they were simply ignored. Second, in the comments, customer asked to write Russian subtitles on the video and his request was also ignored. Third, there were cases when customers in the comments asked to answer in direct messages, which means that SMM manager does not reply to messages on time. Also, in order to check how the feedback works, I left a request on the website caep.us with a request to contact me. No one contacted me, and that means that I was also ignored. Dear CAEP managers, if you are watching this video, please stop ignoring us. Now we come to the solutions part. I divided it to two parts, internal and external. Let's begin with internal. Internal is also divided to two parts, and I promise this is the last dividing ceremony. So, internal short-term solution 1. Hire new employee, a community manager who will be constantly in touch with customers and perform the following functions. Help students with their personal profiles on the website, keep informing students on an ongoing basis, call students and invite them for signing contracts and other documents. Internal short-term solution 2. Review pages on social networks and tell some manager about his mistakes and fix everything. Start answering to messages of followers in direct messages on time. Make Russian and Uzbek subtitles on the video. Answer to all comments on social media politely. Now we come to the internal long-term solutions. The first solution. Conduct ongoing research on customer reviews, complaints, and suggestions. How it can be done? By feedback from every student who had successful work and travel experience, Q&A sessions with current customers, and thank you days. Internal long-term solution 2. Implement a customer day when all interested or potential customers can come and ask any questions and managers will be able to get to know their potential customers. By the way, Know Your Customer Day is implemented by all successful companies all over the world. Internal long-term solution 3. Conduct psychological trainings with employees so that they learn how to create a sense of uniqueness in every customer. How it can be done? Invite managers from successful companies to share their experience. Invite psychologists to know more about the nature of human. Conduct experience session among CAEP managers. And now, external solutions. The most important thing to do to close the listening gap as soon as possible is to conduct a questionnaire among existing customers to find out their level of satisfaction. Also, management can apply the My Story customer methods to find out the real attitude of employees to the client. Good news! We are almost at the finish line! Benchmark part. The direct competitor of the CAEP agency is the Global Friends agency. This is also a consulting agency for setting students based on the work and travel program, but they have already been engaged in their activities for 12 years, and of course they have more experience. After studying their webpage and social networks, I was delighted. I searched very carefully to find out at least one fault, but nothing. It sounds like I'm the ambassador of this agency, but no. Honestly, no. You can check their social networks yourself and see how detailed and interesting everything is. On their webpage, there is information about the company, students' reviews, success stories, reasons why you need to choose their company. There is also a mini game where you can find out the probability of whether you are able to fly to the work and travel program or not. Also, there was a pop-up notification on their page for subscribing to the newsletter. And the most important thing is that the website could be switched to Russian or Uzbek. and on the CAEP website there is no such a function. In general, they do everything to meet customers' expectations, and most importantly, they try in every possible way to constantly be in touch with customers and always try to hear them. So, if CAP agency will watch this video, then their company will get rid of listening gap. And here is references list. And thank you very much for your attention and for all knowledge that you gave us. I really enjoyed doing this research and learned so much. Thank you and goodbye.